Okay. All right. So thank you guys for jumping on here. What we are going to talk about today. So this is going to be a lot of participation on your part, and I don't want you to be nervous not to participate in case you might have the wrong answer, because my guess is whether you have the right answer or the wrong answer, there are lots of other people that have the same answer as you. And so we're going to work through things to get you closer to your goals. So we're going to work on laying out a blueprint for your goals. And that is going to be for your rank goals, but also for your convention contest goals. Was everybody on Super Saturday? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, everybody's on Super Saturday. Is everybody coming to convention? I hope so. Yay, awesome, amazing. So you don't want to come to convention and not win stuff. Am I right? Winning stuff is like the coolest part. And we had this weekend in Tennessee, the Tennessee Jewels hosted a Super Saturday, and anybody could come. We had over 200 people. And then we had Alex Eldridge from corporate. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Alex was one of the first 10 employees at Plexus. And there's over 500 now. So he actually was the brainchild behind Share the Cart, which is awesome. And he and Jen Hawkins both told us that winner's dinner this year is gonna be better than any winner's dinner ever before. So my suggestion is have at least a minimum goal of earning winner's dinner. It is a big goal for some, and just have your intentions. It's going to be at the Wild Horse Saloon. I'm in Nashville, so I'm like, I could care less about going to the Wild Horse. I've been there plenty of times. I've been to events there, but they have promised that what they have set up at Wild Horse is going to be like remarkable. And so my guess is there will probably be a great performer, because Wild Horse has a huge stage, a huge dance floor, multi-level. If you haven't been there, I think it's going to be really fun. And for the first time, we're not going to be in dresses and heels. We're going to be like what all Nashvilleians hate, looking like tourists. We joke here in Nashville that if you were in cowboy boots or a hat, you are not from Nashville. You have taken an airplane to get here and you look ridiculous. And apparently there's going to be thousands of women looking ridiculous in June, as if there aren't all the time. So anyway, I would suggest, if you haven't done it already, for you to write somewhere, I am earning winner's dinner. Because part of our creating a blueprint for our goals is being really specific and knowing what our goals are. So I would love for, does anybody have a goal for greater than a winner's dinner? I do. I'm going to assume Deanna does. Who on this call has earned winner's dinner before? Okay, so that would mean that you probably want to earn it. Am I right? You want to earn winner's dinner, at least. So I want you to write down right now what your goal is for convention contest, and I'm going to share my screen in case you forgot what the prizes are, and I hope that they're on here. Okay, here. Wait. Okay, can you guys see this? The different, whoops, the different prizes. All right, so winner's dinner is 1,200 credits. So if your goal is winner's dinner, you're also going to write down 1,200 convention contest credits. If your goal is more than that, you are going to write that down. If you don't know what a Plexus One card is, like none of us did at Super Saturday until Alex told us, it's actually like, it is a reloadable credit card. You know how you can like buy reloadable credit cards and keep adding money to them, but it is branded with Plexus. So it will come preloaded with $200, but then you can keep adding money to it and like use that as a prepaid credit card. So that's what that is. So has everybody written down what their goal is right now? Everybody? Okay. Type in the comments what your goal is. Dan is going to win everything. That's awesome. Who's next? I see Angie typing. Tiffany's driving. Tiffany Johnson, you want to unmute yourself and tell me what your goal is?
I'm going to Winter's Dinner.
Winner's dinner.
Yeah.
Got it. Earning, not winning. I like it. I haven't earned it, but I have gone as a +1. Your goal is winner's dinner, Angie. Winner's dinner. Debbie, did you put your goal in there? I know you've earned winner's dinner before. Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there, and we're not doing a minimum. What is your goal? We don't make blueprints for minimums. We make blueprints. That's like me saying I'm going to build a house and I want 4 walls minimum. I for sure want a roof. I would probably like drywall. You see what I'm saying? Getting coached on it today with Emily. Awesome. Okay, I will accept that. And I would love for you to share your goal after you get coached with Emily, because I know she will be amazing at that. Okay, so let's walk through how you are going to earn winner's dinner. Okay. Let me see if this one is it. Okay, this is winner's dinner. Can you guys see it? This is every 4 months. So this is assuming that you don't have a deep team, because I don't know if you guys noticed. Let me go back to this for a second. So is it unmute if you have questions about how you can earn? I feel like they made it pretty simple this year, but we also had Jen Hawkins teaching it to us after Super Saturday in depth. So it may seem simple to me because not only did we have Super Saturday training, but we had her going through it. One thing I want to point out is in the past, we only ever earned points for 4 levels, right? So if you're level 3, added somebody, then you got some credit for that level 3. But for the first time ever, if you're level 4, add somebody, you get 5 points for them. You guys see that? This is the first year we've ever earned for our 5th level. So that's amazing. We don't earn money if the 5th level wins a prize, right? Do you guys see that? Because you get sign-up credits. The other amazing thing that Jen told us is that they will be doing a monthly prize through December. You guys, how amazing is that when you're trying to help people go silver or fast start silver? Because not only are they going to get all that fast start money, which is ridiculous for adding 3 people, but they're going to get a prize. My newest runner only started sharing because she wanted an Apple Watch. Let's see. Are there no points for PV? So, yep, got you, Debbie. No problems. And no points for PV. So the focus this year's convention contest is that you are signing 3 every month. You are winning the prize of the month every month, and that you are helping other people on your team go silver. And the more people on your team, all the way through level 4s, that you help go silver and get that prize, the more points you get. Does that make sense? So really, it's add 3, get them silver. Add 3, get them silver. That's going to be the path. And as you can see it right here, here's what it looks like mapped out. If you can do this 4 months in a row, this is what it looks like mapped out. You at 3, you're going to get your prize. And then you're going to help 2 level 1s go silver and get their prizes, which means you're getting at least 6 new level 2s, because 2 level 1s are going silver or adding 3 people and getting the prize, even if they already, regardless of the rank. And then 2 level 2s, adding 3 and getting the prize. So your goal is, at a minimum, and that will earn you winner's dinner, at a minimum, each month you sign 3 and you help 4 people in your levels 1 through 2 get the prize. It's pretty simple, right? I love that there's not 500 million ways to earn credits. It's really like, go silver, get people silver. Go silver, get people silver. Any questions, you can totally unmute yourself and ask questions. But if you do this for 4 months, all 4 months of the contest, because you know it started January 1st, you are going to winner's dinner. Who thinks they can do this? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I love how easy it is for us to be able to share with people that as soon as they join, talking to them about, I don't know if you guys know this spiel or not, but it has been, I've heard it so many times, I probably dream about it, but I pride myself on making sure you can get your products paid for, because I never want you to go without the health benefits because of your financial circumstances. Or I never want finances to get in the way of your health journey. And I pride myself on making sure you get your products paid for. You know what that means? Helping them get 3 people each month. That will pay for their products. And they're going to get a prize. So does everybody feel good about mapping out winner's dinner and knowing, because now instead of like chasing credits and being like, how am I going to get 1,200 credits? You know exactly what you're doing. What are you doing? Type in the comments what you're doing to earn winner's dinner this year. Yeah, Debbie, if you earn, so if you sign 6 and you get 2 prizes, you would have earned 200 points. Is that what you're asking me, Debbie? If you personally add 6,
Yes,
then you get 200 credits.
that's what I was wondering. Is it because it said in parentheses up to 2 or something like that. So I was trying to figure out if you did earn 2 prizes, if that gave you the double the 40 points.
Yes. And I
Okay.
know that for sure because they also mapped out sweeping the contest. And this is what it looks like. So you're adding 6, you're helping multiple people, all of that. But if most people's main goal is winner's dinner, let's focus on that. Angie, yep, you're going to enroll 3 and get 4 level 1s or 2 silver each month. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, let me, all right. Using the amazing, okay, next thing I want you to do, I would like you to tell me, either unmute or in the comments, tell me what rank you want to be at the end of the year. My goal is to be diamond at the end of the year. Who else is willing to share their goal for the end of the year?
So I had wanted to be, or I do want to be senior gold by the end of the year.
Senior gold. Got it. Debbie is going to be emerald. Who else? As I see Angie typing. Angie wants to be ruby. Deanna is messing with her dogs. Pretty sure she wants to be a diamond. I'm pretty sure. Good luck, Debbie. I'll listen to your call later. It's going to be awesome. All right. So let me ask you this question, and it is not a trick question. And here's where I want you to really share, either unmute or type in the comments, because we just did this on our diamond training and there were 500 gazillion, well, there were only 88 of us on the call, but lots of incorrect answers. So I want to see if you guys are on the same train of thought as all of us Jules were. And the question is, what does it take to have a solid diamond team? Angie, I'm going to call on you. Unmute. What does it take to have a solid diamond team?
This is a guess. 3 solid emeralds on level 1.
3 solid emeralds, 3 solid emerald legs. Yes, that's the answer. And I was hoping that the guidance I was giving for the convention contest would help in this, because do you know what most people were putting? Consistency, training, good leadership, doing my IPA every day. Like, everybody had the thoughts behind it. Really, I think what they were thinking when answering was really along the lines of, like, what does a diamond do? I want a strong diamond team. So, like, what does Brooke Hemingway do? Well, she posts every day. she trains, she leads, you know what I'm saying? And all of these answers came in and they were all along that. And Genevieve was like, 3 solid emerald legs. 1,500 plus 1,500 plus 1,500 is 4,500. And if they're in 3 different legs, you are solid. You are a strong emerald team, because if one starts to droop down, there's a good chance one's going to pick up. If the majority of your points are coming from one leg, you are a really lopsided table. And it is going to be really hard to continue to not only hold your rank, but to keep it up. So I did lots of math. So Angie, you want to be Ruby. Is that correct? Do you know what that means? Because we're creating your blueprint, just like a house builder creates the entire blueprint and then works from that every single day. That's what we're going to do. So in the past, I have been trained on, I want to be an emerald, so I need what? 1,500 points. Do you know what I have spent 7 years doing? Chasing points. Chasing points, chasing orders, right? Like, I was trained, you need 300 triplex orders and you'll be emerald. I've been chasing orders. This concept was so amazing to me because, like, when you build a house, the builder, after the architectural plans and blueprints go together, guess what? The builder, my father-in-law is a builder, and I live on a street where houses are still being built, and I watch it. Before the foundation is poured, all of the wood is in front on the land. Like, they knew before they dropped a nail how many pieces of wood of what length they needed to build the stinking house. I've never seen a second load of wood come. One batch of wood comes. You know why? Because they know exactly what they need to build. And then they just follow the plan. And then whoever shows up that day to work, they look at the plan. They don't need to sit around for an hour and be like, well, Johnny yesterday put 400 pieces of wood together and used 200 nails, and we're going to want you to. No, you know what? Everybody can read the blueprint. So Angie, what do you need to have a solid Ruby team? There's kind of 2 options, but I'm going to tell you which one. I'm going to guide you on the one Genevieve suggested. But do you have a guess?
I'm going to say, well, points wise, it would take 2 senior golds.
Correct. But sometimes it's really hard to get people to senior gold. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
What's easier?
Get people to gold.
5 golds.
Okay.
5 golds. And don't you think it would be, in my experience in 7 years, it is way easier to get somebody to gold than to get them to keep pushing to senior gold. In my experience. And if you can, at this level, have 5 gold legs, you are well on your way to creating a really firm foundation to then senior ruby, because you're going to have some rise up to senior gold. Am I right?
Mhm.
You're going to have, I bet if you have 5 golds, that you could have 3 rise, 3 or 4 go to senior gold over a bit, right? And then what do you have next? They've gone to gold school. They want to earn rubies on the rise. Then you just need 3 rubies. And remember what happens if you, to go emerald, you just need those 3 strong ruby legs. And what happens if you also have 2 good gold legs? You're still going to have, now you have a table with 5 legs. So if one of your rubies starts to decline, guess what? You still have these gold points over here. How does that feel in comparison to what we've been doing as far as just trying to reach points?
Feels easier to me.
Well, do you feel like you have a plan now?
Yes.
Like looking at your team, you can look at your team and you can say, hey, who is showing up? Who is showing up? Who is open? Who's having open conversations with me? Because you don't want to force anybody to be ready, right? Because then you're just going to be dragging them. But also, when you are intentionally, you know, hey, I know how many, Angie, how many gold legs do you have on your team now?
I don't.
Okay. What rank are you right? How many points did you end with last month?
I'm not even holding rank at gold.
That's okay. How many points did you end up with? Do you know?
50-ish.
50-ish. Okay.
Don't know exactly.
That's okay. So I'm going to share this later, but I have a girl right now who ended last month around 70-ish, who wants to earn at least $20,000 this year. So I literally hand wrote exactly what that's going to look like and point each increase each month. And I will put this in somewhat of a more legible, I'll type it up and I'm going to share it because it actually very systematically and not crazy has her hitting emerald in December. And she was at 70 points last month. How does that feel to you, Angie?
That would be amazing.
And
That would be amazing.
it would be amazing. And if we're systematically doing it, because we know, okay, so in January, I need to make sure she re-ranks gold. What is that going to look like? Okay, that means I'm going to tell her, let's try to get 7 of your people silver. So now, how does your conversation change when you are talking to new people? You know, as soon as they sign, you want them to go silver because that's your intention. And you know, that's how you're going to build an emerald team. So you are immediately sharing with them about the prize and the, I don't even know what it is this month with Fast Start, but it's always at least $300, right? Hey, can I help you cover what your products just cost you and then some? And do you want to win cowboy boots? Also, they covered this on Motivation Monday last night. They actually also sell hiking boots and all kinds of shoes. So if you don't want the tomfoolery of cowboy boots that you're only going to wear while you're at convention, get something else or take the cash bonus. You can also take the cash payout. But do you see how now you will move very systematically and with intention your new conversations? And what's going to happen is you do this, guess what happens by April or May, January, end of April? What have you won if you're systematically building like this?
I would have to do the math, but I'm guessing senior gold. So I've re-ranked golds, ranked up to senior golds. I'm probably definitely at winner's dinner, maybe beyond.
Yeah, so, and I will also, when I do this, type out how it parlays into convention contest, but I have her ending at the end of April at 364 points, which if the pay point is $2.75 is $1,000 for that month, not counting bonuses for ranking up or anything. I did it real basic. I just did pay point at 275 and with a slow incremental increase, and I will map it out further, like I said, but it ends April, and for sure it's winner's dinner. But you are intentionally, because you have a blueprint, and every day, remember what I said about the workers showing up at these houses? What do they do every morning?
Probably check the blueprint and do what needs to be done.
They look at the blueprint. So I would love for you, each of you, to write out what your goal is for that month, for the next 90 days. Let's do it through convention contest. And like I said, I will share something in Gold Diggers, a good graphic of mapping it out farther. But knowing, okay, this month, like I know to stay on track, like I haven't signed anybody yet this month. I need to sign 3, and I want to hear a really scary goal. My Plexus coach mapped out Sapphire for me by convention. Do you know what that means? That would mean me getting 7 senior silvers, new senior silvers this month, and 9 golds. I've only had 1 level 1 gold in probably 18 months. He's like, have you ever done 9 golds in a month? And I'm like, absolutely not. And he's like, are you willing to work really hard for it? And I was like, yes. And on my mirror in my bathroom, it is mapped out how he laid it out for me all the way through convention, what I have to do. It's like a 305 points increase this month, 378. But I look at it every freaking time I go in the bathroom. And it has my goals at the top of what I need, how I need to grow, and how many rank ups I need. And then it has my affirmations. And I would suggest you guys doing that if you're serious, because you know what happens? Do you know how duplicatable this is? When somebody says to you, like my friend, she had asked me to map out what it would look like for her to earn $20,000 this year. And I've put it off for like a week. I'm like, what is that going to look like? How do I do that? And then our training today, I was like, oh, it looks just like this. And I wrote it out. So if you have somebody that's like, hey, I need to, it would help, it would like change my family if I could make $1,000 a month. Then you back into $2.75 for the pay point into 1,000. That comes out to 364 points. And 364 points, if I did my math right, looks a little bit like 4 silvers, 4 senior silvers, and 1 gold. So instead of telling somebody, well, you just need 364 points, because your new person is like, oh, that doesn't mean anything to me. If I've been asked once, I've been asked a million times over 7 years, how do I get points again? But what if you could say, hey, I'm going to help you get that $1,000, and here's what it's going to look like. It is going to look like we're going to help you get 4 people to get 3 people. So can you think of 4 people who could bring 3 friends along? And then we're going to, and of course, this is a building process, right? Like we don't put the roof on before we put the sides up, so they're not doing this on their first month, right? But so we're going to help you get 4 people to get 3 people. We're going to help you get 4 people to get 10 people. And then one of your people is going to love this so much that they're going to get 20 people. How much easier is that to understand than 364 points? How many of you better understand your rank right now and what you're trying to do. Is this helpful?
Mhm.
It was helpful to me, and that's why I wanted to share it, because so much of what we do, if you don't know exactly what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go, you will never get there. Ever, ever. I know I've given this analogy a million times, but I could want to go visit my father in San Diego, and I could get in my car and know I need to go west. There's a solid chance it's going to take me a really long time if I am not using my GPS. Right? If my GPS is not telling me, okay, your next 3 turns are this. Or pay attention, because even though you've been on this interstate for 258 miles, your exit is in 1 mile. Right? It's telling you exactly what to do. What does your GPS do when you make a wrong turn?
Recalculate.
It reroutes.
Yeah.
It reroutes. So something that is critical, write this down. 2 words, write it down. Begin again. Begin again. How many of you did exactly what you intended to do yesterday to grow your Plexus business? Anybody? You know what you're doing today? Beginning again. And it's a huge testament to you that you showed up on this call, because you're saying, I'm ready to begin again. Anything, how many of you set goals in 2022 for your Plexus business and did not achieve them? I didn't. Tiffany did not. I can speak for her. She's doing something probably with her kids. Deanna did not. I can speak for her. We set goals, because I'm speaking for them because I know their goals. Did not hit their goals. I did not hit my goal. You know what we're doing? Beginning again. And you can fail multiple times in a day. What matters is that you're beginning again. Everything that you didn't achieve last year, you probably learned from. I have people on my team that learn what they don't want to do based on how far their points fell. Anybody feel that? They kind of lost focus. Many of us lost focus. And so when we begin again, we get focus, and you're going to put fillers out. Hey, I am looking for 3 leaders this year that I can link arms with and do amazing things with. Do you feel like you might fit into that? You know, ask, because you want leaders, am I right? Leaders go gold, senior gold, you know. We love the people going silver, because the more silvers, the better. But we want the leaders. So who do you know that you would love leading beside? If they're not on your team yet, let's try to get them on your team. I have talked a lot. Questions? Here is a possible phrase, and you're not gonna, this is not your first question to somebody, but it's probably could be your second business ask. If you're making a business ask to somebody trying to get them to join you for the business. Okay. In 2023, there are 3 leadership openings on my team. And I don't know if you see yourself as a leader, but if you do, we should totally connect. You guys want me to say that again? In 2023, there are 3 leadership openings on my team. And I don't know if you see yourself as a leader, but if you do, we should totally connect. And then, oh, you're still writing. Hold on. Do I need to say it again, or did you guys get it?
Oh, I got it.
You got it. Okay. I can promise you, if someone is not willing to share their vision with you, they are not ready to dig in with you. And they might be really good sharers. And that's okay. We want really good sharers because they're going to recruit, they're going to be awesome, but you also want somebody leading with you, and leaders have a vision for where they're going. Am I right? Like, do not get in a boat with somebody who has no idea where they're going, because you're just going to be like floating down river, and then it's going to be hard as heck to get back up. Am I right? Especially if you don't know where you're going. So know what your vision is. Find people. They may not even know how they're going to get to their vision, but they have one, and you want it to be really clear, whether it's an income goal or paying for their kids' sporting things or private school, or I don't know, everybody's medicine, everybody's got something, and you just can't get that unless you visualize yourself having it. For 3 years, I visualized myself walking across the stage as an Emerald. And when it happened, I'll be honest, it was a little, it was like, oh, because I had imagined it so many times. I could see my team exactly where they were. I literally stood on stage exactly where I had imagined in my vision every single time. And then I saw my team and it was amazing. And then it was over. And it was like, I dreamed of this moment for so long. And in case you wondered, you were on stage for like 45 seconds. So it's a really good idea to have a vision beyond walking the stage, although it's really cool. Also, there's so many Emeralds now that getting to the very front where your friends can see you means that you were throwing elbows. So Dan and I threw some elbows. We did. It's true. But have a vision of where you're going, map it out. I am going to map out exactly what this looks like by income. But what I want you to work on is coming up with a business ask that feels really comfortable to you, that you feel comfortable asking somebody and it just rolls off the tongue. And it should be the same for everybody. You start to customize it after they respond that they're interested. But if you are constantly trying to come up with a new ask, and this is not you're not going to like batch send it out, send a voice memo, but a voice memo to people that you would be interested in doing this business with you, because now you have a blueprint. You know, Angie, where did that you need like 5 golds or 3 golds and a senior gold. Like, you know what you're looking for now. You are looking for somebody who's legitimately willing to add 20 people to their team. That's not your average sharer. Right? That's somebody who's like, I'm going to do this with you, Angie. Tell me what to do. And you're going to say, who do you know that will do this business with you? Now, some of your asks, they're just going to be product asks, right? And that's okay. But you have to have business asks or nobody is going to come to the table with that. Some of them might. You know, when you throw in that, hey, I pride myself on making sure that finances never get in the way of your health journey. So I'd love to show you how to get your products paid for when you're ready. That's somebody who's, because some people are going to reach out to you about the products because you posted a great testimony and you're not going to answer them with like, oh, you want to do the business with me? Awesome. I'm looking for a leader. No, you're going to be like, yeah, that person started with a triplex. Here's why it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Questions, thoughts? So your action items are going to be writing out what your goal is and then mapping it out. And I will have some things in the Goal Digger page to help you map it out. But probably after this call, you can do it yourself. Like if you know what you want your income to be each month, divide it by $2.75, and now you know how many points you're working towards. And then look at those points and back in. Okay, that to me looks like, because there are different scenarios, right? This is not the only way. This is not the only way. This is just an example. You know, senior gold can look like 4 senior silvers and 3 silvers. It doesn't have to be that. That's just how I played it out. And then get a feel for anybody that's already on your team that you know has like committed or is kind of committed or has shared goals with you before. And if you don't have anybody, you can reach out to all of them and say, hey, you know, I have put together a blueprint for a remarkable team. And I just wondered if you want to dig in with me, or have you thought about any of your business goals for this year? I would love to help you map them out, because you know what you have the tools to do right now? Map out other people's goals with them. And once you do that, guess what happens? You know what their goals are. You get to help hold them accountable. You get to say on the 20th of the month, hey, Susie, I know you were hoping to end at 75 points this month. Looks like you're at about 45 right now, and you have this many subs to go. So we need to figure out how we can add 6 more people to your team. Do you think anybody would be willing to share, and we can help them earn the boots? See how I'm helping? Once I know somebody's goals, I can keep up with them and help them map it out, not just on the 1st of the month, but for sure on week 3 when they're ready to give up. Because people who are not, I have senior rubies who don't know how to tell how many points they're going to end with based on subscriptions. So I for sure have golds who have no idea where they're likely going to end. And if you can help people do that, now they know, oh, I only need 6. Now I know what to do. I'm going to get 3, and I'm going to help Josie get 3, and I've hit my goal. Would that be helpful to you? Like if somebody followed up with you 3rd week of the month and was like, hey, Angie, you had a goal of 100 points. We're at 75. How are we going to get there? I believe in you. Would that have made a difference to you?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can do that for your people, game changer. And you can do that by knowing which people you want to work with and that want you to work with them. So that's something to figure out sooner rather than later, because we don't want to wait till midway through the convention contest to try to figure out who wants to earn prizes. Right? Deanna, do you have something to share? I've trained way more than action items, but I felt like this map out was kind of critical at the beginning of the year and convention contest. Questions on convention? Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
You gave a lot of gave us a lot of things, a lot of clarity to having, just to having that blueprint, to having a roadmap. That helps a lot.
Yeah. So besides, your action items for this week are creating your page of like what your goals are, and it needs to be either written out or printed out and taped somewhere where you see it every day. I want you looking at your blueprint every day. I'll be honest, do I think I'm going to get 7 senior silvers and 9 golds this month? Absolutely not. But I look at it every day and I'm like, who could go senior silver? Who could go senior silver this month? Who could go gold? So even if I end up with a few, it's way better than I've ended up with all these past months. I am not going to be disappointed. I am going to celebrate small wins. Small wins, right? And I don't know. I could sign somebody, help them go senior silver this month, and they may turn out to be one of those people who goes emerald in 4 months. It happens. Only God knows if I'm supposed to be sapphire by convention. And if he has decided that and I do lots of work, I will get there. But I'd be lying if I look at my sheet every day and don't want to vomit. Okay? But I got to look at it every day or else I will lose focus. And you know what else I will do? I will let days pass without working my business because I'm like, I'll be okay as long as I'm re-ranking. I'm so tired of just re-ranking and holding my rank. I'm tired of it. So affirmations, point goals, try to find at least one person. When you have a much smaller team, sometimes you don't even have one person, which means you have to go recruit that person. And you're not alone in that. All right. Everybody got it? Questions, thoughts, concerns? Anybody have goals that are scaring the crap out of them right now? I like it. I like it. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go. I am going to first take Andrew to swim and then I have a networking meeting. But tomorrow I will get something, this kind of thing typed out really nicely and posted in the Goal Diggers page for you guys all to see. And keep it handy because like I said, you could use it for helping your person reach their goals. Like this is what it's going to look like month by month or broken down. Cool. Thank you guys for jumping on. You're awesome. And just put in the page. I will have the recording of this. So if you want to share it with anybody, you can. Or if you have questions, I'm up for it. I'm here for it. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.